I've got undeniable proof that Swift has been testing blockchain tech and they're gearing up to integrate HBR, XRP, and other crypto assets into their system. That's exactly what today's video is all about, so let's dive in. Here's what kicked it off. I received an email from Swift and I've got it pulled up right here. It's dated April 25th and says ISO 20022 in bytes for payments, just 6 months to go. In simple terms, Swift is reminding all its partner banks and financial institutions that the clock is ticking. They must be ready for this new messaging standard. But when you dig deeper, it becomes crystal clear. Swift has been laying the groundwork for this for a long time. They may not be shouting it from the rooftops, but if you watch the webinars and piece together the clips, it all starts making sense. Let's check out this clip together. Engaging with partners during our experimentation and innovation process is something we value deeply. It's a core part of our partnership programs. For example, we are piloting integrations with companies that offer services built on DLT-based technologies. Did you catch that? She said it pretty fast, so let's play it one more time. We are piloting integrations with companies that offer services built on DLT-based technologies. Boom. There it is. Swift is actively piloting systems that run on distributed ledger tech, DLT. She goes on to mention that they're starting with trade finance and supply chain initiatives, but are now exploring more use cases across different industries. And when I hear trade finance, what jumps to mind? For me, it's XDC. If you thought of XDC too, you're ahead of the game. Let's keep in mind CBPR Plus is Swift's big initiative to standardize cross-border payments globally, while also paving the way for new solutions to plug into their network. And guess what? Ripple has been explicitly mentioned as one of the blockchain-based payment solutions expected to integrate with CBPR Plus once everything rolls out. Let's watch the next clip together. In this video, they explain that as banks work to upgrade their systems and processes, testing remains a big challenge because everything is constantly evolving. Payment messages don't just flow in a straight line, they pass through a maze of processes inside each bank. The banking channels, payment processing engines, screening tools, and the core banking system itself. That's why it's critical to have a rock-solid testing strategy in place. Every participant needs to test their systems thoroughly so that when the switch gets flipped, everyone knows exactly what to expect, and more importantly, how to handle things if something goes wrong. The key takeaway: once this new system is live, banks and institutions will be fully equipped to handle these kinds of blockchain-based payments. CBPR Plus is the missing link that will finally allow XRP to move across the Swift network seamlessly. This document lays it all out, along with Swift's announcement that there was just 1 year left until the full rollout of CBPR Plus. This was a few months back, probably around 6 months ago. It talks about the Centralized Payments Hub Orchestrator, which basically acts as the middleman between financial institutions' internal systems and the Swift network. The document also mentions that this system supports various approaches and introduces new features. Further down, it highlights best practices designed to help institutions adopt CBPR Plus smoothly. And here's the key part. It mentions that this platform can enable different types of payment channels, including Visa Direct and, you guessed it, Ripple. Boom. There it is, clear as day. If you dig deep enough, the proof is right there. In yet another Swift document, CBPR Plus pops up again, connected to ISO standards for cross-border payments. Ripple is mentioned as already having built several blockchain-based solutions for instant international payments. If you're still skeptical and think Swift isn't testing the XRP ledger, it might be time for a reality check. They are testing it. Now, of course, we don't know exactly what Swift's final move will be once everything is live, or how quickly banks will adopt crypto once it's ready. I always say don't get hung up on hard dates. Swift might have set deadlines for banks to migrate, but many of them, especially smaller and mid-sized banks or credit unions, are going to need extra time to catch up. Unlike the big players like JP Morgan or Bank of America, these smaller institutions don't have huge tech teams and often rely on updates and support from Swift and other partners to keep up. Hopefully they're making progress as we speak. Another interesting note: this same document mentions that ISO 20022 data exchange protocols need to be updated because the new financial platforms will have to support blockchain technology. There you have it. Plain and simple. And here's something else. Swift just recently mentioned Chainlink too. This was in a document called Modernizing Corporate Actions Technology Through Collaboration, dated April 2025. Right there you see Chainlink listed as a partner, showing that Swift is serious about blockchain integration. Plus, going back to March 21, 2024, Swift promoted the idea of a universal shared ledger, but based around messaging. Remember, RippleNet itself is essentially a new type of messaging platform. I'd love to see how Swift's plan continues to develop. But keep in mind, it's not a done deal just yet. In a recent interview with Standard Chartered, they talked about the kind of organizational overhaul needed to truly transform shared ledgers. Back in 2021, Citi's Tony McLaughlin introduced the idea of a regulated liability network (RLN). This concept involves creating a shared ledger using DLT, distributed ledger technology, to cover all types of regulated payments, including transactions between central banks, commercial banks, e-money providers, and even stable coins. And here's another thing worth noting: why would Swift mention Ripple and XRP by name in not just one but two different official documents if they weren't planning to actually use Ripple's tech? Take a look at this other Swift document. It lists Ripple right in the center, and just below it you'll see Earthport, which is basically Ripple too. That's right, Earthport was acquired by Ripple, making it part of their network too. And here's something else: another Swift document references GPI cryptocurrency, and it even spells it out, for example XRP. That's a Swift doc, plain as day. I mean, think about it, they could have listed any crypto asset here. Why did they pick XRP? The answer's simple: XRP is the go-to choice for financial institutions in the crypto space, and the reason? Ripple's compliance-first approach makes them stand out from the crowd. For banks, nothing is more important than staying compliant and reducing risk. Those are their top priorities. If they can manage both at once, that's a huge win. So here's how it usually goes. Banks reach out to Ripple saying, "Hey, we're curious about your cross-border payment solutions, maybe your stablecoin offerings, or even a private ledger just for our bank." Ripple steps into those meetings ready to showcase their full suite of products and services, explaining how they can help the bank minimize risk. Think about it: if a bank tries to build its own blockchain or new tech system from scratch, and something goes wrong, like a hack or a system failure, it could be a total disaster for their reputation. That's exactly why banks are so focused on de-risking. It's just safer to partner with a trusted company like Ripple that already has proven solutions in place. Alright, let's roll this video clip. One thing to keep in mind: Western Union isn't going out of business anytime soon. They're going to keep evolving and adopt new technologies as the landscape changes. And quick favor, if you've made it this far, please hit the like button. It really helps push the video out to more awesome people like you. I seriously appreciate the support. Now here's something key to understand: the real money isn't in small remittances. The big opportunity is in business-to-business B2B cross-border payments. That's why companies like Ripple